So this is the living room, and I haven't started doing anything yet. I'm just about to. I'm going to concentrate on different rooms, but I want to take this floor up. It's absolutely rotten. And the reason being, as you can see, the window there, whoever lived here before had a flower bed outside, and it was nearly as high as a window full of soil, so every time it rains the damp came through. I've cleared that now, so there's no more damp problem, but this floor was so spongy, it's it's rotten. You can see where it's gone down there, so I'm going to take the floor up. Before I do though, all these walls where they've got historic cracks and everything, I will be covering them with plasterboard. There was this originally from the window back to there was the living room. In the back there, that was another bedroom. I did take the wall down here, so I'm extending the living room. I'm going to put that door there will be getting covered up. There's two rooms there. There's one there and there's another one here with a wall in the middle. One of these schist stone walls. I'm taking the wall down. I'm going to block that door off and just use the one door and have it as one room in there. So as we come in, that will be the wall I'm taking down. I'm going to put another door across there, so the main door will be there. There'll be another entrance door here coming in. That will be boarded off. So then from the door back to the stairs are getting blocked off. There'll be another door just past the column. And this here will be all the living room then. It's not massively big. It's from the wall to that wall is about 16 feet. And then from that wall back to this wall is 12 feet. So I'm going to concentrate now, taking this floor up. I need to get it concreted. I'm not going to do it, so I'm going to see if I can find somebody who will do that for me. But what I am going to do in the meantime, I've got 3 sheets of plasterboard. I keep getting in my way, I'm moving them. So what I'm doing, because it's not going to affect anything, I'm going to cover this wall up. So I'm just going to put the timbers on there and this one, or part of this one, just to get rid of the boards. It's not going to affect anything, but and then once I've done that, I'll take this floor up and see what's underneath it, how much concrete I'll need, and then look around for somebody to do it. The trouble I've got is I don't have a concrete mixer. I'm not going to buy one just for one job. It's not worth it. And I don't particularly want to do the concrete in. So I'd rather find somebody with a concrete mixer who can come concrete this. Probably do it in a few hours, no problem. It's not that big. It's only, that's what, 9 foot by just over 15 feet. So it's not a big problem. I'm taking that post out. Everything will be nice and straight in here. All nice straight walls. New doors. I'll leave this big opening, so it should look okay. But then again, it's only me, so it doesn't really matter. That's just an update. Bye for now. So here's a quick update. It won't take me long to finish this. This is just the back wall, and it's just because I've got some plasterboard. So I've studied it out, put the first board on, put some cable in, and although you can't see it, I've got a drum of cable behind there. I'm probably going to have a couple of sockets there. There's a board to go on top. That'll be the top one there, so this will be finished in another 10-15 minutes or so. For anybody that hasn't done plasterboarding before, always put where you've got a join or another board, you should have a timber in between. I've seen a lot of cases where a lot of people who haven't got a background in the building trade, they'll put plasterboard together, join it, and they'll tape it and fill it with the filler. And if you don't have something in between, that's why you fill the cracks, because it can bend in between. Even though the joins are not very big here, they're normally 2 foot or 60 centimetres. Always put a timber where you've got a join. Down the walls, down just on the bottom. There's no need in the middle, but down the bottoms and up the top. But in my case, I'm not going to bother with the top because I'll be putting a coving or something along, or another timber, so I don't need to there. So just a quick update. What a lovely day it is as well. So I think the TV will be in this corner and all the rest of it. So I can sit here and look out the window when it's clean. I haven't cleaned it, it's all the cobwebs. And there'll be a lovely view out there. Like I say, this is just to get rid of a couple of well, not get rid of, just to use the plasterboards up, because I'm in a different room and they're quite heavy to move, and I'm an old man. Have I mentioned that before? Yeah. Not easy lifting these things up on your own. They're quite heavy. Not so much the smaller sheets I've cut down, but that's why I'm keeping all the bigger sheets on the bottom. And there's only the downstairs to do now anyway, so not too bad. I'll show you when it's when I get that one up, be another 10-15 minutes or so. So there you go, that's the rest of the board all done. I'm not going to bother doing any more today. I might just put one more across there and that'll do. I might do that one the full length. I'm not sure yet. So doesn't take long to do. It's just purely so I want to take this floor up. It's been rotten. So that'll be one of the next jobs, take this floor up. So there you go. There's a cable. I can run the cable all the way around. And then put the rest of the boards on the wall. Hopefully it won't be too long before I move in. Wishful thinking. Okay, bye. So guess what I've been doing? Like I said, I was going to take the floor up. Well, one half is up. And this is the state of it. Absolutely rotten the way the floorboards. And it's all because the soil outside, quite high up to put plants in. It might look nice to people, but the amount of damage having soil against the walls of your house just lets all the damp come through. So as you can see, half the floor is up. I did put that other board on, by the way, as well. I don't know if I showed that one, But that was the 3 plasterboards I had. I ran out of screws, plasterboard screws. So I'll have to go down to Castello and Max Mats. But this will, I'll clear everything out and level it off a little bit better than what it is, and then hopefully somebody can come and concrete this for me. It's not much. It's not that deep. These original stones, so it's only 2-3 inches, something like that. But these will be getting screeded over. I want everything level in here. So that's the state of play at the moment. I'm just about to take all this out, dump it in the garden somewhere, out of sight, out of mind, and then I'll take this up. And with all that rain we've had in, there's still a little bit of dampness, so I'll let it'll soon get warm, and now the floor's up, the damp, it'll soon dry out. Be dry in a day, this, no worries. I'll clear it all out. Oh, I've got to get some bags. I haven't got any, I've run out of strong plastic bags for the rubbish, so screws, plastic bags, probably something else I'll remember later on, but that's it for now. I'll come back when I've got this side up and show everything. So, a productive day. I've managed to take all of the floor up. I was just going to do half, but you know what it's like when you get stuck in and think, I don't want to finish this tomorrow. So I ended up doing it all today. Glad I did. It wasn't too bad. There's some big stones in there. Big schist stones. I don't know why they laid a timber floor in here actually, because the rest of the floor throughout the downstairs is these big slabs, like these, I don't know what they are, if they're slate or schist stone, what they are, but it doesn't look like they've ever been in the living room. So it was a timber floor. I'm not surprised it rotted really. It was only the timbers they use even 3" by 3" battens for joists instead of 6" by 2". And the pine boards were only 18mm on this one. So I think it has been replaced. Well, it has definitely been replaced. Probably 30 years ago, something like that, I would think. But it was the damp that's rotted it. I mean, there was signs of woodworm in a few of the boards, but it wasn't the woodworm. I've looked at all the timbers, and it's definitely, there's dry rot and there's wet rot. Mainly wet over there. But it used to come in there, but it's drying out now. It's because it's quite a warm day, and it'll dry out no problem. I'll clean all this up because I need some bags. I haven't got bags. And then see if I can get somebody to, I'll concrete this. It's quite deep over there actually. It's about 6 inches deeper over, just it's hard to tell. But round here, it's not, it's from the slate, it's only about, well, it's the 3.5 inches or whatever it was. But over there it got deeper, as you can probably see now. But I'll just move all that in, the bigger stones. Yeah, they put anything under the floors. But it isn't just in Portugal. I mean, you do it all over the world. In the UK, I've lifted floors up where I've repaired things, and there's, mind you, in the UK, it's usually plastic bottles, cans of Cokes, newspapers, old bricks, bits of timber, anything. So it happens all over the place. So most of this is the rotten joists, the old rotten timber. But they've left the big stones, probably because they couldn't be bothered to take them out, which, you know, isn't a problem. I'll leave them in as well. I'm not going to take them out. Be a good base for the concrete. So I'll clean this tomorrow. So I'm quite pleased because it was an awful, well, it's probably one of the worst jobs I've got to do now in this house. There's one wall to take down, one like schist stone wall in the room behind me, but that's not too bad. I'll do that in a day and that'll be cleared up. But this was the worst one. So I don't like bending. Being an old man, I've had a knee replacement, and bending down and kneeling, and well, I wasn't kneeling, but bending down, and when you're pulling these boards up, the years of dust coming up and what have you. So it's out of the way now, and it's onwards and upwards, I hope. Once the concrete has been done and all this floor is ready for me to lay laminate on, which I will be doing, I'm not going to do, I know people say lay tiles, but I think tiles are cold. And I know you'll say, well, you're in Portugal, it gets red hot, but it's these walls are well insulated, the 60 centimetre walls, as you can see by the window, and it's quite cool. And if it ever gets too warm, all I'll do is get one of them air humidifier things you can get, which will cool it down. So I'm going to go for concrete, and it will be laminated. It's a lot easier to clean. At my age, I don't want to be messing about with too much. And the walls, they're going to be all straight, just like plasterboard walls. I might put a dado rail around, and there won't be much going in here. I'm going to keep everything simple, not like my last house where I had books and porcelain, glasses, all sorts. Just too much to dust and clean all the time. So I've got to the point now where there'll be a settee, a TV, a stool, and a table to put the drink on. And the stereo, that'll be there as well. And that'll be about it, not much more than that. I might find the odd picture. I think I've got some pictures I brought with me from the UK, so I might put them on. But that'll be it, not much more. Anyway, it's another job out the way, and I'm really pleased. Well, as pleased as I could be. It's funny when you get older what you get really pleased with. Bye for now.